Hey guys, I have a couple of JSON schema tips for you. So, what is JSON schema? JSON schema is a JSON formatted way of describing your JSON. It's basically a format for describing your data structure. And this is important. This is important for your documentation. This is important for validating your data. And I always love to see, besides makefiles, a JSON schema in a project. Just for history's sake, XML had like DTDs and things like that. It was kind of similar. In fact, I think the XML one was a little bit more powerful. There are some bad things about JSON schema, but let's just focus on these 3 tips I want to share with you. First off, creating a schema can be a bit painful. So but what you can do is, let's create a JSON file. Let's say that you need to collect the name of somebody. Oh gosh, I hate writing JSON by hand. And let's say you need to create also collect the age of somebody. So creating JSON schema is a bit of a pain, but there's this cool command called jgen. And you can automatically generate it. So you can see here that the name is a string and the age is a number. Woohoo! That's this project. I'll link it below. So now let's save the schema somewhere. Let's save it to schema.json. Let's pretend we've done that, because another thing with this schema is that you can add this sort of required key to say that you require to see name. So for this data structure, age is optional. So jgen, first tip, getting you started with the schema. Next cool tip is, I feel, with Visual Studio Code, which I sometimes use. I am a Vim man, but check this out. Control-Shift-I prettifies JSON, but you can, in settings, and I've just done that before, you can say this particular JSON file, nameage.json, has this particular schema, which I generated before. So if I'm editing something and I go like, a string is for the age, it will then it will basically say it's the incorrect type. So Visual Studio Code is like out of the box working with JSON schema. Awesome. That's my second tip. My last tip is let me see. Oh yeah, if you have a look here, I'll link this stuff at the bottom. My last tip is, if you take the schema, there's a whole bunch of tools that use the schema. I'm just trying to show you three cool ones, I thought. A very interesting project called React JSON Schema Form. You can basically go in here, and let's just go for the simple one. You can paste in your JSON schema to this sort of React component, and it generates a form on the fly. So if you had to collect name and age, you can just use this project and it just generates forms for you. You can also like tweak how the widgets work and things like that, how they look, and such and so forth. So here it's warning that this requires a name. So if I put a name in there, everything's cool, and it also validates and everything. So to summarize, I've told you about JSON schema. I've told you how to generate it. I've told you how to maybe work with it with Visual Studio, so that you can start editing JSON by hand and have the schema validation. And the third thing, React JSON Schema Form. You can generate forms using that JSON schema. So please like and comment and subscribe if you like what I had to say about JSON schema. Cheers, guys. Bye now.